This is VanderCook College of Music down in Chicago. So this is sponsored by the JCS grant from the DuPage Foundation. It's a young music initiative that helps fund projects like this for schools around DuPage County. So we hope you enjoy this performance today. We have a variety of music coming your way. At the end, there will be a question and answer session. You can ask questions of the musicians and the director. And the director, as I would like to say, is Dr. Gabriela Cortez, the director of string music education and orchestra at the VanderCook College. Give her a big applause. Please, respectful, responsible, and proud. Make us proud.
Hi, thank you so much for having us here. We're really excited to be here and to play for you today. We have 3 groups that are going to play for you. The first one is going to be our chamber woodwind quartet, and then a brass trombone quartet, and then our strings will play the last part. And then we will give you a chance to ask us some questions. So, as I was introduced, Dr. Gabriela Cortez, everyone calls me Dr. DC. You are welcome to do so. And we come from VanderCook, which we heard about, and it's the coolest place to be because it's the only program in this country that focuses on music education. So everybody here is learning to be a teacher, so it's pretty cool. So I will let the woodwinds play. They're going to play Patrón Parisian by Charles Fernandez. to be the string orchestra. I'd like to explain a little bit more what we do at VanderCook. It's very special as well because usually when you go to any other program that's in music education, the music ed students don't get to perform that much because it goes for the primaries, it goes for a good performance. And at VanderCook, we make sure everybody's playing, so everyone has lots of opportunities. Also, you get to learn all the instruments. So actually, quite a few trombones are bass players in the orchestra, violas, violin, we have all kinds of instruments. And then the people behind me who are the primary string instruments, they're not necessarily on their primary string instruments. Some of them are basses and they're playing the viola playing, or vice versa. And a lot of times they also play flute, clarinet, and other instruments as well. So we're going to play two pieces for you. The first one I'm going to be the conductor for, and it's called Conquistador by Deborah Monday, and then we'll play another piece for you after that. Thank you so much. You've been such a wonderful and welcoming audience. We really appreciate that. So what I'm going to do is ask for all the musicians to come on up and let us know more about their instrument and why they love their instrument the most. So,
Hi, my name is Ray. I'm a sophomore here at VanderCook, and I play the bassoon.
Why is that the best instrument for you?
It's okay. There's a few reasons. First off, how many of you guys, is this the first time you've ever seen this instrument? Like, raise your hand if you've never seen it before. That's what I thought. It's the coolest because no one does it. So because no one does it, I've had the chance to play with a lot of really cool people. You might recognize the name Taylor Swift. I got to record a demo with her like last year, and a lot of other really cool artists because no one does this instrument. But I do. So yeah, you just get cool opportunities playing.
My name is Darcy. I'm a second year at VanderCook. I play the flute, and the reason why I think it's the best is because I can play it in a variety of settings. I can play it in orchestra, concert band, jazz ensemble, rock band, anything really.
Okay, I'm Sarah. I'm a first-year master's student. My primary is flute. I think it's best because we get to play a lot of fast and high music. Also, everyone else has to carry around a case, like separately, but we get to put it in our backpack because it's smallest.
Okay, well, I'm Katie. I'm a sophomore at VanderCook, and I play clarinet. I also sing and I play saxophone, but this is my favorite because it has a really big range and a really nice sound. It's not as thin of a sound as like flute. I feel like the clarinet feels like when I play it, I feel like I'm singing through it. So it's like a fuller sound, which I really like. So.
Hi, I'm Courtney. My main instrument is violin, but I also play the piano, and I'm a sophomore. The reason I like the violin the best is for a few reasons. You can do a lot of really cool stuff since we have strings and a bow. So you can pluck, and you can do tremolo, or you could do things like we actually, instead of just using the hair, there's this thing called colegno, which is where you put the stick on the string as well. It's really quiet, but it's a cool technique as well. And I think the main reason I like the instrument, the violin, is because it goes really high.
Okay. My name is Marla. I'm a freshman at VanderCook. My major instrument is violin. My secondary is viola. I like violin better because just the sound is so pure.
I'm Tully. I'm a freshman play violin. And violin is the best because it is very portable, and you can play it anywhere. You don't need to rely on anything else. Just take it. No chair required.
Hi everyone, I'm Esther. I'm in my third year at VanderCook, and I play the violin. And the violin is the best instrument because we have an E string. And we can play out a lot of different styles too. We can play classical, we can play jazz, we can do Latin music, we can do a lot of stuff with it.
Hi, I'm Jenna Johnson, and I'm a freshman at VanderCook. My main instrument is violin, but I also play viola, and I actually think viola is better because the tone is just like a lower, deeper tone, but like higher than cello. It's like kind of in the middle, and it's really nice. And the difference between violin and viola is the strings mainly. So like the violin has higher strings.
We have an E string.
And then the viola has the lower strings, so it's C, and then G, D, A.
My turn. Okay, so I'm Miguel. I'm a third year. I am a bass major, but I'm playing viola. I also play violin and flute, sometimes harp if you ask. I like the bass because I just like the bass. I don't have a really specific.
I'm Anton. I'm a sophomore at VanderCook. The thing I like about cello is, as Tully mentioned, I can sit wherever I go. I have always provided a chair, so I get to be lazy. But cello is a very warm sound, and that's something that drew me to the instrument.
My name is Juliana. I am a second year at VanderCook, and I am a bass major. I think that the bass is really cool. It has a really dark and deep sound. It can do really cool stuff like bar top pitches, and that sounds the best I think when we do it. But we're not very portable, but you can take a nap in your case and rehearse.
Hi, I'm Louie. I'm a third year at VanderCook. My primary is trombone, and I like trombone because we're well known for jazz music and wind ensemble music and orchestra, and trombone players are just cool people. Only cool people play trombone. So.
I'm Lucas, and as you notice, the bass trombone that I play here has an extra little setup tubing, and it's a bit thicker. And what this allows me to do is play really low, really loud, and that's why I love this instrument. Oh, I'll demonstrate.
All right. My name is Joe. This is my first year at VanderCook, and I really like the trombone just because it has the slide. It is the most unique thing. The closest thing to it is a slide whistle. You don't see people going around playing those that often. So that's why I think this is the most fun, because we can do stuff like this.
My name is Sierra. I'm a second year here at VanderCook, and trombone is the coolest instrument by far because you have all the cool things, we don't have fingerings, all that. Even though we get boring parts, we can get cool effects. This is a little plunger. I can make it sound like a bass guitar. go. Try and do this metal thing. Or you can do one. Or with the trigger. Trigger. The one finger in the half.
All right, so the high range of the trombone, it can get pretty high up there. As you already heard Lucas play some of the low stuff, but we can get up there, so we can go.
But our natural range is pretty high.
So the viola, or the rulers of the orchestra, you have that C string, which goes pretty low. It's not as low as the cello or the bass. But we can also go very high, which sounds a little bit like the people over here. I mean, we sound better when we do it, but that's okay. Like they do it very well.
Slide.
And also the viola has like harmonics. Really cool.
The violin, we should go to a G. Because if it's any lower, it'll make my teeth vibrate. And I don't like that feeling. And then we can go pretty kind of screechingly high. And we actually have a weird like effect that we can go even higher, so brace yourself. Where we play actually over on the other side of the bridge, which is just a cool sound effect that we had.
Okay, so clarinet has a pretty big range, so I'll play a little low range. And then it can go high too, so that's the highest note, and this lowest note is an E, and the highest is a G. You can also do some fun things like flutter tonguing, so that kind of sounds like this. So that's a fun little effect we can do, and I'll show you what the mouthpiece sounds like, but I don't think you're gonna like it. So just get ready for that. There we go. We also have a pretty wide range. This is the lower octave. And then high octave would be. And then we can also do floater tonguing. Just we don't have anything in our mouths, it's a little bit easier. So yeah.
Different techniques, such as the enharmonics, like we can also do glissandos, which is like we just bend basically our fingers. And we can also play on our head from side up over here.
the holes on the other side and two down here. I can get that low, and then I can get really high, closer to where the clarinet is. So, but yeah. My reed,
So I'm curious, are any of you in band, choir, or orchestra? Does anyone want to share what instrument they play? Percussion. Clarinet. Piano. Yes. Trumpet. Anybody else? Yes.
Clarinet.
Clarinet.
Tenor saxophone.
Tenor sax. Yeah.
Clarinet and tenor sax.
Say it again.
Clarinet and tenor sax.
Ooh, I love it. Yes.
trombone and clarinet.
Yes.
Well, I play percussion and I'm also choir.
Choir. Got it. Yes.
I play triangle and band.
Yeah. That's important. Yes. Flute.
Drum. Oh yeah.
Anybody else? Yes.
I still play.
Does anybody have any questions for us?
I play the electric piano.
Electric piano. Very good. Yes.
It's not out yet, so that's the secret. It's a surprise. So it'll be on an album that gets released eventually, but I can't say when. So.
Why is there an S on all the string instruments?
Say it again for me.
Why is there an S on all the string instruments?
That is how the sound comes out. That's really observant of you. So inside, you can't see it right now, there is a wooden stick that is right underneath the bridge right here. So when anybody pulls a string and makes some sound, it goes down the bridge and then makes that stick vibrate and it comes out the holes. That's a great question. Yes.
Why do they need a conductor if you're just looking out the sheet of paper?
Sometimes the music is a little tricky, so they want me to give them a cue so that they can feel better. But I like to walk away along. You can ask them that. Yes.
For the woodwind players, what's like the average amount of money you spend on reeds?
Ooh, so I actually make these. So I get a lot of like cane or like types. It's a type of wood, and so I'll spend about like $60 on 10 pieces of wood, and then spend a few hours like scraping them down, putting wires and glue and like string on them to make this. So on average, I guess I spend about like. Because I play a lot, especially, give or take 60 plus like tools and stuff every like month or two. Just to play.
Yeah, I don't spend as much money on reeds as that because I just have a single reed, so it's already made for me. A box of reeds is like normally about like $25-30, and I can make that last me like a couple months. So. Around there. So if you don't want to spend money on reeds, don't play bassoon.
But you get paid for jobs playing
True.
bassoon.
So yeah, I mean, there's yeah.
Sound like you guys all play. At the same time.
At the same time.
money in the bassoon.
How much roughly?
My cello cost me $6,000, which is on the lowest end. High grade. Does not even compare to double bass. How much is your bass?
Well, so this isn't actually my bass. My bass is still back at school. My bass was around, I think, like over 12,000. It's bigger. It's a lot bigger.
And how much did your bassoon cost?
Well, for starters, this alone was over $1,000. Just this piece of metal. But mine's actually on the lower end of $7,000, $8,000 when I got it. But they can go up to like $30 or $30,000 as like a professional stage.
So mine is also kind of reversed. I initially had a different head joint for my flute. It was around $3,000 for my original flute, and then I upgraded to the head joint alone, which is around $3,600. So in total, I have a $6,000 flute.
Like 21, 15 back. I'm still hanging off, but this is 15.
15. These can go up to about over $100,000.
Yeah. So there are some violins that can like be over $1 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
This was only $2,300.
yeah.
If you're broke, play a brass instrument. And all the mechanics for it are like $9 to $10. Need some slide-ons, like $7.
Y'all walking over me. So, for real, give me a second. So I played the harp. So the harp is one of the most expensive instruments. The student model I played on was $17,500, not including upgrades. That was another like $4,000. My teacher, who plays on a very expensive harp that she got in Italy, was $36,000 when she initially bought it.
What's it now?
What's it worth now? What's it worth? After she played it, it didn't appreciate a whole much. It's only like $40,000 now, but it's a little bit of money return.
So, because strings sometimes get a bad rap, that's like everyone thinks it's too expensive. You can get one for $100 and be able to play on it. Of course, it's like shoes. You know, you have your shoes that you really, really like. So once you start like messing around with like, oh, I really like this chin rest. Oh, that's more money. Oh, I really like these strings. Oh, that's more money. So it's up to us how much we spend on. I'm a string player, so it's up to us how much we spend. But please don't ever deter like, oh, I'm never touching a string. So you can't get it for cheaper. Yes. What's the hardest instrument to play? Oh, everybody's gonna
No, the harp.
Look at all these buttons. You have to press all of them.
Oh yeah, bassoon. I still think, oh well, that resistance is crazy.
The hardest brass instrument is probably French horn, just because there are more positions that you have to buzz in than any other brass instrument.
I love strings so much, but they don't like me. So I think strings and bassoon.
I think piano's pretty hard. You have to use basically two hands at the same time.
Percussion. Oh, they're all hard.
Yeah, everything kind of has its own challenges. Because, like, yes, here on the trombone, like other instruments, like they have fingerings, like you know where you're putting your fingers, or like at least they have a place to go. On here, there's nothing telling me where it needs to go. It's all muscle memory. I just know in my head where it needs to go. If you want to make it even more complicated, as I go higher and lower, those different positions where I need to plan, like normally we just have 7 positions, and that's what they teach you. But as you go higher and lower in those same positions, it's actually different depending on each note. So almost every single note on this instrument has a different place where I need to put the slide. So that's like, it's just so much memory and repetition to get it. So every instrument, I don't really want to say there's a hardest instrument. Every instrument really has its challenges that make it hard. But yeah,
That's
I want to thank you all for being a great audience today for VanderCook. Let's give them one big round of applause.